Hey, what's going on out there, YouTube family? This is Sammy Legger here representing Team JVS. I'm back here again for one more movie review. I'm talking about the movie called Dealer. Now, this is a part of the Fantastic Fest 2021. We just got off of Toronto International Film Festival 2021, and we are back again from last year, 2020's Fantastic Fest, to right now. So, Dealer, the premise behind it is you got a 14-year-old named Johnny who honestly is a drug dealer. Like, he basically pushes drugs. Like, he has his own contacts, he's got his own clientele. He knows how to get in and out of the circumstance. There's a point where Johnny gets like technically locked up, and the person locking him up, the police officer's like, "Oh, what are you doing here again? I'm gonna have to tell your mom." But you find out certain things about Johnny. Johnny also lives at a home because his mother, over the weekends, you know, Johnny stays with her, but throughout the weekday, he stays at the home. And it's because his mother has got a mental condition that puts her at a very dire situation mentally, emotionally, and she tries to take it out on her art. But you find out very closely that as the story goes on, that she needs Johnny more than Johnny needs her, or possibly it may be an in-between, because towards the second and third act, there's certain things that happen with Johnny that progressively you're like, if things were a little bit different, this would change. I'm going to tell you this. This is probably one of the best movies I've seen at Fantastic Fest for a couple different reasons. The film's tone and the darkness of it is shrouded with this shell of a dream that Johnny kind of has. Johnny, you know, he looks up to people. Like, he adheres to a certain code, to certain things he doesn't do. Like, he has certain morals. Like, even though, yes, he's a drug dealer, like, there's certain things, even as a kid, that he just tries not to do. And he tries to do the right thing, even though he's a hothead. You know, he puts himself in precarious situations all the time. And when he meets the person, Antony, gives him some drugs, tries to steal his wallet, and things get really hairy really quickly, Antony decides to take him under his wing, and you don't realize that Antony is a famous actor. And when he takes him under his wing, like, Johnny has a surrogate father to look up to, whereas before it was his drug dealer's, you know, his drug dealer boss, which is Luca. And because of that, you know, there's a paradigm shift that happens where instead of like Johnny going and selling drugs, like, now he's trying to progress to be something. Like, he's trying to do more. He's got a girlfriend. He's trying to act. He's trying to put himself in the best place that he possibly can be. And also, Antony is no longer trying to do drugs, no longer in the party scene. Like, it's funny, like, where they met each other was in the party scene with drugs, and then it kind of progresses outward. And I think that the interesting side of it, like, the whole entire film, I felt like there's this disgusting odor, or this disgusting kind of like feeling that's being like shrouded around Johnny, almost trying to kill or suffocate him. Like, the whole entire time, like, whether it's his interactions with Antony, or whether it's like him smoking, or whether it's him going to do, like, you're always continuously feeling like there's going to be a worst case scenario that's going to happen here. And I think that that's just great directing. Like, Jeroen does an amazing job directing every single scene to make it feel and appear with the same exact tone, even when there's a shroud of like dream and love and care and devotion and pushing. The other side of that is still this underlayer of danger and detriment, because you don't just put yourself out there and then expect not to get something back. And I think that that's the moral of this, is that Johnny put himself out there because of certain reasons. And I mean, put himself out there, made himself a drug dealer. And the moment he started trying to dream for himself, the world in which that he centered things around started to try to pull him back. And I think that at the same time, Antony, if you look at like some of the things that he was doing on his side artistic parts with his plays and theatrical stuff, you could tell what was happening with him emotionally and mentally. It was just so well done and executed. Like, it definitely had some Requiem for a Dream tones towards the third act, though. This is not for everybody. This is a very dark film. Things get very bleak and very dark and very dire. Best way I can kind of put it from a tonal standpoint towards the third act. Like, but at the same as that time, it never missed a step when it comes to this directing. The acting was amazing. Like, there's some moments that I was just like, yo, this kid I haven't seen acting like this since 2018's Capernaum. That was this kid where he was just kind of like left alone with this baby to try to take care of this baby on his own. And like, I haven't seen anything like that since this. And this kid, man, like he does such an amazing job. Like it's so good. But again, like it's almost a hard R. Man, it's gotta be a rated R film. So this is not for everybody. And most likely people aren't even gonna see this. So I hope that this gets some critical recognition from possibly foreign films later on. And I think that this was one of the best films I've seen, honestly, with Fantastic Fest. I'd rest this at a 9 or a 9.5 out of 10. Only reason I doesn't give it a 10 because it was something that happened around the second act that I kind of just didn't make sense in the way that it actually was done. And I don't know if that was more so like a written standpoint, because it wasn't a directed standpoint. I think it was directed perfectly, and I think it was acted perfectly. It was just something that was way it was written with some part that I was like, this could have been a little bit different. But definitely go and check it out. Let me know what you think about Dealer, and I'd love for you guys to follow us on our social media. It's in the description bar below. We'll talk to you guys later. Stay tuned for a lot more views and coverage for Fantastic Fest. Keep it locked. JVS, we ain't gonna stop. Peace, guys.